What's going on, everyone? So the Phoenix Suns are a very interesting team. They're running it back with their big three of Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker. Now, I do like their roster more this season than I did last season. I thought that they had, some nice acquisitions. I think Tyus Jones gives them a real pass-first point guard, a real playmaker to kind of hopefully balance out that big three better. You got a guy in Monty Morris who can provide some scoring punches off the bench. You got, some nice young guys in like Ty Washington. We'll see if he can kind of take some strides for them. For Kaminsky. Mason Plumlee, I think, gives them a completely different look from what Nurk gives them and gives them some real athleticism out on the setter position. I do like this better. You brought in Mike Malone. He's going to instill, and you can already see instilling new style of offense. They're kind of playing a kind of fast pace, get shots up, almost like similar to Mike D'Antoni's, 10-second or less offense, right? You see that they want them to go and just essentially look to outscore teams. However, I still just do not believe and buy in to the Phoenix Suns. I think that their entire goal seems to be to just try to outscore you, which, look, they got Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, a bunch of other shooters and scorers, and guys like Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, guys like that. But that works during the regular season. And look, Phoenix might be good in the regular season, but once you get to playoffs and things tighten up, and now you start playing the bigger, more physical teams, I don't see Phoenix being able to get over the hump. They're too reliant on their jump shooting. They are tiny, right? Like Tyus Jones, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Nurk. You have zero defense, right? Like your best defensive player is like Devin Booker, right? And on top of that, right, like you're tiny. It's just, I don't see this team winning a championship as constructed. And look, I talked about this last season. Everyone was talking about Phoenix. Oh, give Phoenix the championship now. It's over. They're cooked. And I made several videos talking about how, like, I don't buy it. I think they're going to be terrible. And people told me, like, oh, you don't know ball. You're an idiot. You're this, that, and the other. Well, one of us was right. Right? Phoenix was worth fourth quarter team all season. All of the issues that I highlighted and talked about and broke down with Phoenix all came to fruition. Literally. I mean, I was like spot on about Phoenix. And they ended up being swept with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker in the first round. The biggest mistake, in my opinion, Phoenix made was trading for Bradley Beal. They were better off keeping Chris Paul in particular and potentially even Ayton. Now, if you wanted to trade Ayton because, the kind of the blood was spilt, so to speak, fine. Right? But Nurk wasn't the guy. Like, I get the idea. It's like, oh, he's a guy that can, stretch the floor a little bit, kind of run, and he can kind of be your pseudo point guard in a lot of ways. You can run plays through him. Stuff. But, like, I think you should have turned Ayton into a serviceable center. You should have kept Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. You have enough firepower between Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, right? Go get some real 3-and-D guys. Turn Ayton into just a serviceable center. You don't need somebody crazy, just somebody that can rebound and block shots, right? And then get some bench depth and stuff. And you're probably one of the better teams in the league, right? Now, Chris Paul, obviously, injury concerns, stuff like that. But, you could have figured it out. You needed the playmaker because the problem with these three, and it's not that I don't believe that big threes can work. I do believe big threes can work. But you look at the history of big threes, the pieces made sense, right? Like Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. You look at, LeBron, or LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie, Love, LeBron, right? Like you look at these big threes, they all play different positions. They all had different skill sets. They all played different roles, right? They all complemented each other. Even when Kevin Durant was with the Warriors, like Draymond and his abilities, Clay, him being a 3-and-D guy, so good off ball, and then Steph just being Steph, right? But they all play different positions. They all can play different roles, right? They all are incredibly unselfish. And then you look at these three, they're essentially the same players, just at different levels and different heights. But none of them are good enough to be a point guard playmaker. And Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are literally essentially the same player. Now, I think Devin Booker is better than Bradley Beal, but they do a lot of the same similar things, and neither is big enough to play the three, and neither is skilled enough as a playmaker to play the point. And so now you're hearing Kevin Durant, he wants to wait on the extension. Now, this could be nothing, or this could really be something, because Kevin Durant's not getting any younger. Kevin Durant is only getting older, and he's already 36. The extension part doesn't really make sense for him regardless because of the new rules and his age, right? He's better off going into free agency and then doing the 1+, basically doing what like LeBron did and stuff like that. Like you look at the extension with Steph, Steph only took 1 year because that's all he can do. He's better off just finishing this season, going into next season, his final year, and then just become a free agent 2026, 2027. But the problem is what if I'm right and Phoenix is bad again and they lose in the first round again? Does Kevin Durant look at it and go, like, I can't win with me, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. We're not good at, like, it's not working, too similar. I'm only getting older. I'm going to be 37, right? Like, does he look at it as like, you know what, I got to get out of here? And then at that point, does Phoenix end up having to trade him? Right? Like, there's really 3 guys that can kind of turn things. Because the problem is Phoenix has 0 assets. They have nothing. They're stuck. Their only way out is by trading Kevin Durant or Devin Booker. Because you're not trading Bradley Beal. No one's taking Bradley Beal. And you don't have assets to get off of Bradley Beal. So you're stuck. Now, you could trade Kevin Durant, see if you can turn him into a couple complementary pieces that maybe make more sense, and hope that Bradley Beal and Devin Booker are enough offensive firepower to go win a championship. Personally, if I'm Phoenix, I would keep Kevin Durant, right? Because he's your best player, even at his age. He's still absolutely spectacular. But also, he makes more sense alongside Devin Booker or Bradley Beal. Problem is, again, Bradley Beal, you're not going to be able to trade. No one's lining up to trade for Bradley Beal. Right? Like, no one's going to be looking to give up a bunch of assets and players and stuff to go get Bradley Beal. You're not going to be able to get what you need for this team by trading Bradley Beal. Right? And especially with his injury history, like, the guy he can't stay healthy. Like, he can't say he's giving you half the games every season. And, he's making $50 million this year. He's going to make $53 the following year, and then he has a player option for $57 million. You think what? He's not gonna take that player option? Of course he is. He ain't getting anywhere close to that when that contract's up. This is the last big contract. I'm not saying that after that contract he'll be out the league or anything like that, but this is his last chance for this type of contract. Because once that contract, he'd be 33, 34, like, in his injury history and stuff, teams aren't lining up to give him $50 million a year. I mean, like I said, last year, the last time he played over 60 games was in 2018. He played 53 games, 50 games, 40, 60, 57. And then he played 82 and 82 in 2017 through 2019. Like, you're not moving off of this guy. And even if a team was willing to take him, you're not going to get the assets and pieces you need to build the contender around Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. Right? So, I really believe that Devin Booker is probably your best bet. And supposedly, based on reports, Devin Booker is not against it. He'd be open to it. But the reason I think you got to trade Devin Booker, as much as Phoenix Suns fans probably wouldn't like that, Phoenix Suns fans would probably not be super thrilled about that. But the problem is that he, with his age and him being, the second best guy, you'll be able, like, teams will line up to give you what you need to bring in Devin Booker. You'll be able to get, like, a legit complimentary, 3-and-D guy or a point guard or whatever. But now your hope is that Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, if Bradley Beal can stay healthy, which that is a tall ask in and of itself, between those two, you would have enough firepower. Also, I think Bradley Beal would be better if Devin Booker's gone because he can kind of play more his game. And Devin Booker would get you a haul. right? Devin Booker would get you the players as well as assets that you need. Like, you would get a very good return for Devin Booker. And then at that point, now you could potentially get the complementary pieces, maybe get a better suited point guard, maybe like a 3-and-D, because you really only need like an initiator, right? You just need somebody that can provide point of attack, and then can you maybe look at a team like the Orlando Magic, right? Like, Orlando has several pieces that can make some sense, right? Like a Jalen Suggs, I think would be great. Give you that point attack, give you that 3-and-D guard, right? Get like a Jalen Suggs and like I don't know, like a KCP package, right? Maybe you can get another guy or two out of it, but like something like that where now you have like Jalen Suggs as your point of attack, 3-and-D guard. He can be the initiator. You got Bradley Beal. You got Kevin Durant. Maybe you're getting like, if a Jonathan Isaac can stay healthy for defensive purposes, he would be great. Or maybe like a Wendell Carter or something like that, right? Like, I would hit up Orlando. Orlando has the pieces you need, because now if you're able to turn, say, Devin Booker into let's say Jalen Suggs, Wendell Carter Jr., and let's say a KCP, right? Well, now you got 2 3-and-D defensive pieces that can come in, plug in, and give you what you need. You got, your starting 5 could essentially be, like I said, Suggs. Go Suggs, Beal, Durant, Carter Jr., and Nurk. Now I think you have enough balance offensively, size, defense. Like, now I think you're a team that can go and contend, potentially win a championship. And you have some nice depth. With KCP coming off the bench, you'd have like Royce O'Neal, right? Like, you'd have several guys that also, when Bradley Beal misses 40 games, you have guys that can kind of plug in and fill that void, right? Like a KCP come in. Obviously, he's not Bradley Beal, but provide some scoring, some defense, right? Give you kind of different looks. I just think, like, you need to do something like that. You need, like, ideally, you need to make a move like that where you're getting, better complementary pieces around 2 stars rather than these 3. Again, it's not that I don't think the 3-star build can work. I do think it can, but I think you have to have the right pieces. I think if they had, if it was like, I don't know, if it was like, Booker, KD, and like Jokic or something, like, I think that could work, right? Because Jokic's playmaking ability, right, plays the center position. You have Devin Booker and Kevin Durant playing off ball, scoring the basketball, things like that, or Kevin Durant and, like a Wimby or something, something that is not or like an SGA or something where you have a guy that can be a real point guard, that can make actual plays for you, that can, play a different position rather than like it being awkward. That's where I'm at. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel with your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of in the middle? Are you mixed? You think Phoenix turns it around this year? Do you think, like they're cooked, they're done? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.